your girl Wakeji Kamore, and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I really do hope that you're having a fantastic day, whatever it is that you are, whatever it is that you are doing. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of the book of Deuteronomy. I truly appreciate you. If you're here for the very first time, karibu sana. Please watch this video to the end. Remember to like, to subscribe, remember to share, to comment, and also hit the notification bell so that you can receive a notification every time a video comes up. You know yourself that you have been here since this video began. I know the commitment it takes for you to watch these videos every single time. I know the commitment it took for you to listen to the podcast when I used to do the podcast before. Like, that is such a high level of commitment, and I truly appreciate that support and that love, and that is so encouraging. And I pray that the Lord will just rain blessings on you. You guys, when I say this, and I know you guys, I say this on every video, but I pray that you will take it and say, you know what, I receive that blessing. That blessing is for me, and I receive it. Just be receiving those blessings. I know it just looks like something I just say, but in my heart, I truly pray that the Lord blesses you, and that your life is evidence of the blessings of the Lord. So we have come to the last chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. I am excited because we get to finish this book and we get to go to interesting books. I'm like, tumeka hapa kwa laws, can we go now to can we jump into interesting books like Joshua, Kings? Like, can we now go? I feel like Genesis and Exodus are really nice books, but Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, what? These ones have taken God's grace, and I'm so excited to just move forward and to just go to those other stories and to just move forward in the story of these Israelites and just see what happens. But so we have gotten to the last chapter of the book where I did not want to get to because my hero dies. So to honor my hero, I'm actually going to read this chapter word for word. And then the people who said, "Oh, Wakeji, let Moses die. It's okay. I know you don't want to get to that, but you can be mean. Nataka tu Moses akufe." Haya, leo ndio hiyo siku. Today is that day. So I'm going to honor the guy, and I'm going to actually just read the chapter word for word and just see what it is. Actually a very short chapter in itself. So let's just get, it only has 12 verses. Can you imagine? It only has 12 verses. So this is what it says. The subtitle is The Death of Moses. I know. Then Moses went up the mountain Then Moses went up to Mount Nebo from the plains of Moab and climbed Pisgah Peak, which is across from Jericho. And the Lord showed him the whole land, from Gilead as far as Dan, all the land of Naphtali, all the land of Ephraim, all the land of Manasseh, all the land of Judah, extending to the Mediterranean Sea, the Negev, the Jordan Valley with Jericho, the city of palms, as far as Zor. Then the Lord said to Moses, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, to Isaac and Jacob, when I said, I will give it to your descendants. I have not now allowed you to see it with your own eyes, but you will not enter the land." So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, just as the Lord had said. The Lord buried him in a valley near Beth-Peor in Moab, but to this day, no one knows the exact place. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyesight was clear and he was as strong as ever. Not strong, as strong as ever. The people of Israel mourned for Moses on the plains of Moab for 30 days, until the customary period of mourning was over. Now Joshua, son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands on him. So the people of Israel obeyed him, doing just as the Lord had commanded Moses. There has never been another prophet in Israel like Moses, who the Lord knew face to face. This is so beautiful. The Lord sent him to perform all the miraculous signs and wonders in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all his servants and his entire land. With mighty power, Moses performed terrifying acts in the sight of all Israel. And that is the end of the chapter. I like this passage. It says, there has never been another prophet in Israel like Moses. As in, can you imagine, like, that is said of him, regardless of the fact that there's this one thing that he did that now, negates him from entering the promised land. That was still said, that he was such a great prophet. And this great prophet of the Old Testament has now laid to rest. He has been mourned, and now Joshua is taking over. And that is why we will jump into the book of Joshua. So the thing that I find fascinating is that despite the age of 120, Moses was able to first hike. On a hike, Mount Nebo. He was able to actually climb all the way to the top of Mount Nebo. On the other hand, Mimi, at this age that I am, dare you invite me to go and hike at Mount Long or not? That is qualification enough for our friendship to be, we are done. We go and climb mountains. We can't even be, why are we hiking mountains? Can we just sit down and sip tea and be like normal people? I'm not hiking no mountains at this age. At this very youthful age, I ain't hiking mountains. You guys, I almost died in Karura Forest. You see how you get to Karura and then you go, Kashetani tu kanakwambia, go and see the waterfall that is huko chini. Me and myself, I took myself there. Coming back up and coming all the way to the park was an uphill task. I felt like my life was being taken away from me. I was just like, why am I doing this to myself? What was the point of the waterfall? Say, just go to YouTube and Google look for waterfall, and I watch a video about, like, why was I even doing this? I was like, I'm not doing that again. When we go to Karura, let's just go on flat surface. Flat is a waterfall or chanazo. It's fine. It is well. You go down there, take photos, and then you can come and show me the photos of, and take even a video. You can come and show me the video of the waterfall. Like, that's how unfit I am at this age. And then Moses is 120 years and he's there climbing mountains. The Bible records that even though he was very old, that Moses was not short of strength and he was not short of eyesight. And this is such a blessing. And honestly, this is the blessing that I want to declare and receive and declare for my life. I want to declare this, and I pray that you can declare this for yourself as well, because I can't declare it for you. You're the only one who can declare it for yourself. If this is what you want, the Bible says that the Lord will satisfy us with long life, not satisfy you on my behalf. No, until I am satisfied. This is what my long life looks like. It is you who actually declares, I'm satisfied. I can't be satisfied on your behalf. So when you unasema sazile umetosheka na life, me, I want to live long. And I declare that I will have not just a long life, but I will have a life filled with strength and filled with agility. That I will have strength, that I will have good eyesight, that my teeth, that kama zingine zimengoloa huko on the side, that I will actually be able to eat meat. I want to be able to eat meat and take sugar and take salt, even at the age of 120. Me, I don't want to be told by a doctor, no, you can't take salt and you can't take sugar. No. No. Boundaries, doctor. Boundaries. I feel like I've really digressed, but it's the last video of this chapter, so I am allowed to digress. I am allowed to. Let's focus. So as I've said, I am declaring that I will have not just a long life. I will have a long life, that I will be strong and I will be agile, and that I will have clear eyesight, that I will have good memory, that I will be able to chew things, that I will be able to hear well, that I'll be able to smell things, that I will actually have full capacity in all my body organs, even at the age of 120. All right, so I also don't think that the Bible records that God buried Moses for the sake of filling the chapter with verses. I don't think that it was just an information that was put there, but this is to show us that Moses had such an intimate relationship with God. It is to show us that Moses had such a close friendship with God. At Impaka, God buried him himself. and buried him in a place that nobody even knows up to date. Alizikwa huko kwa mountain, but nobody knows up to date where Moses was actually buried. But it states in the Bible that God buried him himself. I don't know if you guys have watched these action movies, like an action movies about Navy, about, you know, about Marines, about, you know, like these action movies with a lot of shooting, assassins and stuff like that. One of the things I've noticed is this in those movies, that when an enemy is shot, we are not seen at you, we are not shown that, oh, he was carried, he was buried. It's like his body is just left there in the bush to be eaten by hyenas or whatever. But when a friend or a partner of the star actor gets shot and dies, my goodness, it's like the whole movie is even stopping. Even if they're in the middle of a war, he actually stops to carry his body, to carry his friend's or partner's body, and goes and buries it. Even if they will bury it in the woods, but it will be given a proper burial. You only do that for people who are close to you. So Moses had a close, I don't know what animals were there, but his body would have been left there. It would have rotten. It would have been, you know, it was a mountain and probably not even many people were going there. So the fact that God buried Moses shows that Moses had such a close, intimate friendship with God, that this was something that actually, even, you don't bury someone if you're not feeling the loss of the fact that that person has died. You bury someone because you're feeling the loss. So God must have felt that loss, to feel like, oh, my prophet has died, this guy has died, he's my friend, he was my friend, let me bury him and give him like a decent place to be buried. So the fact that Moses had such a close relationship and intimate relationship with God is something that is admirable, and is something that I can pray for myself, and I can pray for you guys as well, that we would cultivate this intimate, friendly, close relationship with God throughout our lives, that we will be those that will be known that this girl was a friend of God, this girl really had a close relationship with God, this girl loved God, that we can actually be able to say that of me, and we can actually be able to say that of you at the end of your life, that you had a good relationship with God, that you had cultivated that relationship by loving God, by spending time with him, that you had, you know, like you actually were God's friend, and it was evident. So anyway, we have come to the end of the book of Deuteronomy. I know I've gone off tangent, I've gotten passionate about things that were not necessarily part of this chapter, but we've come to the end of the book of Deuteronomy, and thank you so much for staying on this journey and encouraging me to keep doing this. Yani, it has been amazing, and I truly appreciate you. But before I sign out, here are two things I would like to just put out there, so that you can look out for these two things that are coming up in the videos, these two things that are coming up in this in this channel. Number one, look out for a video that I will do that will have a full summary of the book of Deuteronomy. So I try as much as possible for every book I finish a book and then I do a summary of it, just to say like an overview. So this is what we've been learning, just in case people who haven't been able to, you know, watch every video and they don't want to feel like they want to keep going back to the videos, but they want to be able to move on with us in the book of Joshua, just so that we can be able to say this was what we have been learning in the book of Deuteronomy, this is what the book is about, and so that some people don't feel like they have missed out. So look out for that video when I post it. I will definitely send you guys a link when I post it, just so that everybody can be on the same page before we enter the book of Joshua. You guys already know that we take a break between between the books. So between this book of Deuteronomy and when we start the book of Joshua, there's going to be a break, and I'm going to communicate that the length of that break when I do the video that has the summary of the book of Deuteronomy. I'll also be having, this is some really good news, I'm also going to be having a guest in this channel, and this guest is going to be taking us through the book of Joshua, and let me tell you guys, it's gonna be lit, it's going to be fun, and most importantly, you are going to enjoy his style of teaching, especially his style of studying the book of Joshua. You are going to enjoy this. You might never ever come back to me. It is well. It is well. But your girl needs to rest. I mean, man, I need to take a break. I need to take a breather. I need to, you know, just go and just say, whew. It has been, I don't know how many books we've done. It's been 5 books and it's been great. Let me just take a break a little bit, just take a breather a little bit so someone else can come and help me do the Bible summary and do the study of the book of Joshua. His style might be different, but let me tell you, you will enjoy it. I know that for sure. And I'm almost so jealous that I'm almost jealous that you guys are going to enjoy it. And I'm almost jealous that he gets to do the book of Joshua because it's such an interesting book. It's such a really, really good book. But I pray that you will stay tuned to the next video and find out who our guest is, find out about the full summary of the book of Deuteronomy, and just find out when the break will, how long the break will be, and just so that you can be able to join us in the book of Joshua once we start. This is your girl Wakeji Kamore, and this has been Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Peace out.